be dependent. I need money never ending. I'm talking 100%. I need the only you rent it.
Was good. It was good. Hey, right in the nick of time, man.
What's up, bro?
Good
What's
seeing you.
up?
There we go. Now I can hear you. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Really good Tuesday.
Yes, sir. It's been great. It's been great. Can't complain. How's everything going, man?
No, no, no,
Like,
no,
it
no.
was like last week.
Let's talk about you.
What's
How
up
is your
with me, man?
place? How
Oh
is your
yeah.
place?
Oh man, I can't complain at all, man. It's been really, really good week so far. I like the month of what month are we in? June. June's been kind of hitting it off pretty well, man. I can't complain. Got a few deals in the works that we're working on. Exciting. And my best thing. What's up? Is that Zion? Is that Zaire? You going crazy? But no, it's kicking things off with trying to help people get business credit. So that's really my big thing I like doing. So that's been a great week too, man. So better than I deserve. That's what I always say.
I freaking love it. I can tell you in a new place. I can see the background. I can see the glow on your face.
Oh yeah. I got the light shimmering down right here, right on me. It's gonna be some other stuff in the background. We fixing the office right now, so it's in the works. Y'all see a whole different studio set up.
Okay, I love it, bro. I love today's topic, man.
Yeah, man. It's important. It's important, and it's honestly one of those things that like you can just drill in and kind of like that's honestly one of the only things you really need to be successful in anything you do. Not even just like what we talk about real estate. It's really just in everything you do. And it's consistency. That's one of the hardest things to obtain, and I think we talked about before. Like I'm still battling it. You're still battling. It's just hard to keep up with, especially just trying something new. Especially with something new, it's hard to keep up with. And even things that we do on the daily basis, like it's hard to do that and set up that discipline. So, I love. Oh, he got the everything wrong.
That's my bad, man.
No, but yeah, I really want to keep this one short and sweet, man. I wanted to hit it on the nail and not dwell on it. I wanted to like make sure we drop some value as far as why it's so important to keep consistent. I had to get the thumb thing. I know what you're talking about. Try to keep a finger in the.
Oh yeah, figure out which
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Why consistency is so important, how we can implement it and amplify it within ourselves, and basically how to stay consistent. With some ways that we obviously stay consistent. So, just to go ahead and pop it off, man. Consistency. The reason I feel like personally consistency is so important is because it creates discipline. It creates that mindset. It molds you into the person that you're looking to become in the goals. And it doesn't matter if you're doing a great day or if you're doing a bad day, because like me, I don't consider no day a bad day. Like every time, if I don't make no sales and no communication, no nothing, as long as I applied myself for what I was supposed to be doing, I got 1% better. That's all I need. I'm not living my life on someone else's track. I'm not looking at these fake Instagram posts and trying to apply it to my real life. I'm not doing none of that.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate all they're doing. I congratulate them. My boy last week just sold $100,000 wholesale deal.
Wow.
Hey, congrats, bro. That's great. That's not my journey, but that's yours, and I'm happy for you. That's really it. But like I'm not gonna apply myself and feel down on myself and let my consistency cut because I seen someone else achieving. That's a bad mindset to have. So um consistency, man, it's just gonna make you a better person, make you a better individual in whatever you're trying to pursue. That's why I feel like it's so important. um just creating that lifestyle that you want to actually live, and for your family, for you. And like I said before, only mean for your this doesn't only mean for your business. It means for your family. It means for your fellowship. And if you're religious, you go to church or wherever you go to. It's building consistency, because a lot of times, be honest, I don't like going. I have those mornings where I don't want to wake up and I don't want to go to church. Like I have those mornings, like, and that's like I'm heavy on that. I have my family, like my daughter. Jab's got 2 kids. Like I don't want to play with them all the time, bro. Like he got it, bro. Like I don't want to play with them all the time, but I got to be intentional and I got to be consistent. So I do want to touch on like jabs. What's some ways that you feel like why consistency is so important inside your life, just in general?
It's just a good question, bro. Like I like this topic. The reason why I like it, the reason why this subject tonight is like it really hits a little differently. It's just because I think this is something that everyone, including ourselves, need to
Mhm.
consistently work on. Is our consistency, whether that's through our entrepreneurship journey or our personal journey, us having kids, us having families, us having like we're always doing stuff, but the main thing, in order for us to achieve that something, we have to be consistent in that something.
Mhm.
So us being fathers, we have to consistently be become that leader for our children, for our marriages, for our wives. You know what I mean? We have
Yes.
to consistently wake up every day making sure that our next move is our best move, bro. It's like we're playing chess. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like every single day we have to consistently show our effort, our energy, our time into our children, into our daily freaking lives, bro. Like we have to consistently be consistent. Like that is the hardest thing to do
Yep.
because we're juggling so much stuff. But as long as we're consistent, bro, we can accomplish anything. And so relating this to business and real estate, if you're not consistently being on the phones with sellers, how do you expect to close a deal? How do you expect to even learn how to sell?
How, bro?
You know what I'm saying?
How? Like you try 1 week, you try 1 month. Okay, cool.
Exactly. Hey, I've tried to reach out to sellers for like, a couple of days and it's just not working. Well, how
Mhm.
long have you been trying? Like, have you been consistently calling sellers? Yeah, I've talked for like a week. A week? You tried a month, 3 months, 6 months? Like,
Bro, unless you call like 100 people that week, bro, I'm not trying to hear it. Like,
I
and
don't
even if you did, I'm probably still not trying to hear it.
100%, bro. So some people, and I'm not gonna call anybody out, but some people they need to understand that whenever you're doing business, whenever you're doing like any type of venture that you have, maybe that's parenthood, like you have to be consistently being consistent. I know that
Yeah.
sounds funny, but you have to consistently be consistent. So
Yes.
that means you're gonna have to be every day. You're gonna have to have that. You're gonna have to have like a roadmap of your day. So if you get up in the morning, you need to have like an agenda, like at least
Hmm.
3 things, consistently doing those 3 things every day. Wake up, okay, change my kids. This is my everyday, this is my routine. Wake up, change my son first because he always pisses. Maybe I have to change my daughter.
Yeah.
Sometimes she don't pee in the bed. She's 4 now, so I have to consistently stay on top of her. Being on the potty, going to potty before she go to bed. If
Yeah.
I'm not consistent, she's going to continue to pee on herself, and I
That's to
can't
be
blame
consistent.
anybody but me because I'm not being consistent.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh, we're not peeing tonight. All right, cool. I'm finna pee on myself. So here we go. Let's do it." All right. So, but literally every day I get up, change my son. If my daughter doesn't have to be changed, I don't change her. But if she do, I change her. I get them dressed, then I get dressed. Now, sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Here's the inconsistent part about that. Let's talk about me being consistent first.
Yeah.
So the consistency is me getting up, changing my kids, getting them dressed, brushing their teeth, bathing them, all of that good old stuff. Taking them either to get them a sausage McGriddle from McDonald's because they like it, or we'll get donuts from this donut shop right by their daycare. That's like every single day. Turn on some podcast or turn on some pace or something like that, like consistently, bro, every single day. So they're kind of like they're naturally like, hey, by this
Hmm.
time we should be eating. Our belly should be full. Now let's talk about the inconsistency part of me. Now sometimes, sometimes I don't feel like waking up. I feel like staying asleep up until
Yeah.
like 7:30, 8 o'clock. My wife, she would get up, get them dressed, do everything that I'm supposed to be doing. And it breaks up the whole
It
routine
does.
the kids just had. We just
Hmm.
established that dad's going to be waking us up, getting us something to eat, bathing us, changing us, all of that stuff. So if I get into the habit, and if I'm consistently, if I'm being consistent on my kids with our everyday routine, I will break the habit of my daughter, peeing on herself. I will even break the habit of my son peeing on himself. You know what I'm saying? Now, relating this to real estate, if I'm on the phone maybe every 2 days, and I just decide, hey, I don't want to make these calls today. But if I've been making these phone calls every 2 days for like 3 weeks straight, and that one day I just decide, you know what, I don't want to make these calls today, bro. You just lost an opportunity for you to get better. You just lost
Yep.
an opportunity for you to close a deal. You just lost an opportunity to help another family. You just lost an opportunity for you to help
Oof.
your own family. You
Yes,
just
sir.
lost an opportunity to create an opportunity for someone else. That could be a
Exactly.
virtual assistant. That could be a dispo manager. That can even be maybe a lead manager. Somebody who you can literally pay a lead manager to help you close a deal.
Hmm.
You just lost so many
You
opportunities
got
because you're
so many,
not being
because you don't know
consistent.
who's going, what's going to happen.
So this isn't to point out any fingers at anyone, but all of us have to work on
Hmm.
consistency. We have to work on this. Like this is and this is applying to us as well, not just for the people that's watching this. This applies to everyone. Hell,
Yep.
I can talk to my mom about this all day long about her being consistent.
Man, come on. I've been my so if y'all don't know, my business partner is my mom too, and I gotta stay on top of her. Like like I don't know how many times I told her to make an LLC for one of the businesses.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like, that's like one of my jobs. I have to tell her every day to do it, and yet she hasn't done it. And I
Mm-hmm.
hope she's watching this so she can do it. But
Dude, that
but no, so I mean, like that's the thing, and you gotta be like so like we're just saying, you gotta be self aware because like you said, I'm the same way. It's some things that I'm not. There's a lot of things I'm not consistent on.
yeah.
And I can say that for sure. With going to
What's
sleep
a
on
few things?
time. Was that
Name a few things. I'm
okay?
curious.
What's some I haven't been waking up early, going to sleep on time. Both in conjunction, been
Ooh,
doing bad on. Uh, uh, I try to take it simple by making my bed every day. Like I haven't been
okay,
doing that
I like
consistently. I just been getting out, just working.
that.
Um, what else have I been doing consistently? Time blocking consistently. So my time blocking, I have a notebook that I use to time block my day, and sometimes I'll waver off of that. Sometimes I'll just kind of free, like I'll last too long on one time block, and it runs into the other one, and it messes me up for the rest of the day. Because I'm like, I'm supposed to do this for a certain period of time. Now I ain't got no time to do it because I didn't manage my time well, or I didn't. I have a hard time. My new thing is I got it from Alejandro. Shout out to Alejandro. He was like, "You got to learn how to tell people no, bro."
Ooh,
I haven't been doing that consistently. I've been
that
just
sounds
still
like
taking.
Alejandro.
Yeah, it did. um, he said, "Hey, bro, you just gotta tell people no." Like a lot of times, like even though you have, because I can tell you have a heart that you want to like help people out, and I do. But the thing is, you got to learn and be consistent with it and tell people no. Because I started one day, I did it. I told everybody no. Like I'm not gonna help you figure out a problem. Email me the problem, and I'll figure out a solution in the morning and email it over to you.
Yeah,
I did it for like one, maybe 2 days. And after that, I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and help out. Yeah, I take this car work. Yeah, I could. And it messes up my time blocking. So
yeah.
one inconsistent thing can mess up everything else I'm trying to be consistent on. So it's like a domino. Every single thing is following up. Then I'm staying up late night hours trying to edit this because I didn't have time. I didn't time block it well. So I'm staying over my time. I was supposed to be going to sleep. And since I was supposed to be going to sleep at 8, I went to sleep at 11 and then wake up till 6 or 7 when I was supposed to be waking up at 3.
Yeah,
Like it's everything's just colliding into each other. So what I learned from him also was saying that be purposeful. Make sure everything has a purpose of what you're doing it for. So like everything that I'm being consistent with, make sure it has a purpose. So why do I want to go to sleep at 8 p.m. and wake up at 3? Because I have more time in my day to make sure I can do these other tasks and spread out my time block. And that if I do that, then I can make that the domino effect of the reason why you're wanting to do it. So now I can have more time with my daughter. Now I can have more time to space out and make these more calls. Now I can have more time to talk to these agents, right? Or whatever the case is, or whatever you do.
that's great.
So yeah, so make whatever thing you want to make consistent. Make sure it has a purpose of why. Figure out the purpose of why you want to do it. Not just the first initial why, like why do I want to make calls or why do I want to do wholesaling for real estate purposes or want to make money? No, like that's the first why. You need to
Yeah.
go 3 to 4 whys deep. I want to make money because of what? I wanna get a new car. Why do you want to get a new car? Because I don't want to keep borrowing from my mom or keep asking for a
Yeah.
ride. And
Yeah.
just keep going until you figure out that main reason why you don't want to, like, why you're making a consistent plan and live by that, man. Because like once you keep reminding yourself of that main purpose and that why, you're gonna want to achieve that consistency that much better. So um I
Wow,
would
bro.
say do that. Start small and keep going. Don't overwhelm yourself with like all these. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this and this because you're not gonna do any of it. Be real with yourself. I did it. I've done it, and maybe you're different than me, but if I make so many tasks at once, I'm not getting anything done.
You
It's
know
true.
what? I'm glad you brought that up, dude, because I kind of struggle with that today. I'm
Hmm.
being honorable right now, but I struggle with having. I know I have a lot of tasks, like
Hmm.
some of the tedious tasks as well. So I kind of like I have Google Calendar.
Yep.
I got my iPhone 14 Pro Max. No, no,
Shout
but
out.
I have my phone with my notes. I also have my little tasks inside my phone, and like I'm like okay, and I also have a journal, like a notebook
Yeah.
that I can like plan stuff out, bro. I get super overwhelmed with what you were saying earlier. Like I need to start telling people no because I'm
Hmm.
so eager to help people and like
Yeah.
okay, let me help you out right now. Let me drop everything I'm doing and help you out. And I get like I don't get laser focused in. I just get like, oh my goodness, I got all of these tasks and they're still sitting here from freaking last Thursday
Yeah.
and I have not completed these tasks yet.
Hmm.
So I agree with you 100% with like moving with intentions. Like, okay, why am I freaking doing this? Well, because I want a new house or I want a new car. Okay, why do I want a new car? Why do I want a new house? Well, here's why. But what's the answer to that next why? And
Hmm.
now I'm getting to the bottom of okay, here is my biggest intention right here. Here's my biggest why right here. So now that I'm moving with purpose, I feel like at this point, and I'm glad you brought this up, bro.
Yeah.
At this point, I now have purpose when I move.
Hmm.
I have purpose whenever I'm like, let's backtrack real quick. I have purpose whenever I'm waking up in the morning. Okay. All right. I've been slacking. I've been waking up at 8:30, kind of moving around at 9 sometimes. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm guilty of that right now.
Yeah.
So talking
I'm
about
working on it.
inconsistency here.
Yeah.
So but I'm working on it, guys. I promise you I am. But going back to that part right there, okay, now that I know, hey, here's my ultimate why. What can I do? I mean, what are the steps that it's going to take me to get there? Waking up at 3, maybe I don't know about 3. You got me right there, buddy. I
I said the same thing, but I was
4:30.
like, you know what? If I have a purpose for it, it's gonna get done.
Yeah, I like it, and I agree with you 100%, bro. So I think if we can start there, all right, cool. If I can wake up around 4:30 ish, I can get a lot of stuff done. I can actually catch up on my tasks. I can complete those tasks, and now I'll have a much better spread in my throughout my day to be able to time block and be able to help other people. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because sometimes I have that problem. Like I'm just looking to help people all the time. If I have like some free time or some downtime, somebody hit me up. All right, yeah, let me go ahead and do this, and then someone else will hit me up right after that. Like literally, after I pick up a phone, it's like more calls come in, and I'm
Yep.
trying to help them out as I'm helping that one person that just called me. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So dude, all of this stuff is it. You're helping me out right now. I'm just letting you know that.
And the thing is, I feel like this every episode. Like we always helping each other out with whatever kind of like gems we bring to the table. I'm like, okay, I've been taking notes. Like you don't be seeing. Well, today I'm in the bed, so I don't have any notes.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I usually be having a notebook where I be writing stuff down. Um, but I feel like I liked what you talked about when I'm trying to remember what it was now. You just said it. It was like going back to not being able to, like you said. I don't know about like me waking up at 3. You know the
mm-hmm.
best thing about that is like even though I'm trying to be consistent and my intentions is to pursue my purpose, whatever I'm trying to do, I don't make my bed every day. I forget sometimes. but my intentions are I'm going to do it, or something may sidetrack me. Thing is, if I continue to keep trying and make that my intentions to do it, it's gonna follow suit. Like all I'm trying to do is get 1% better. So if I wake up at 4:15, like I'm
Wow.
almost there at 3 o'clock. I'm almost there at 4 o'clock. But as long as I keep trying, it's gonna get there. Like that's the thing about being it. I feel like a lot of people stop being consistent because they fail one time or maybe two times in a row. I
Wow.
keep doing it now. I get it. Two times in a row. Like they'll stop just because they're like, oh man, like I knew I could do this, or whatever the case is, they'll just forget about it. Like, oh, I did. Like I'm gonna go to the gym every day or 5 times a
All right,
week.
man.
2 days a
Okay. All
week.
right. Let's not talk about the gym. Come on, Damien. You calling me out,
But
bro.
I'm on the same thing,
Come
right?
on,
You know,
man. He's calling me
you
out
know how
right
many first weeks I had that I'm gonna start my first week. Like it's like this is week like number 16 on my first week of this year. Bro, like I've been trying to like make sure I be consistent with it, and I haven't. That's part of the reason why I want to wake up so early too, because I want to go because I go to 24-hour fitness. I'm trying to make sure I get up enough time so I can get things out of the way. I feel better when I work out. I don't know about other people,
Yeah,
but I be feeling like more
the same
focused.
way.
I be more tired though, but I be more focused. Like after I work, I'm like, okay, cool. I feel good about myself. Started off right. Now let me get to work. That don't happen all the time, but am I gonna stop? No,
Yeah.
because that's a part of the journey. Like you're not gonna hit it every time. And that's okay. As long as you keep going, that's the most important thing. That's where the real seeds set in. When you like decide like, okay, I know I didn't get it yesterday, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Like I know I really don't feel like going today, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Like that anyways, that's where the really money is. Like that's where you want to get a lot of your power, a lot of your motivation, a lot of your purpose driven type of energy is gonna be on that I'm gonna do it anyways type thing. So, yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
thank you for that.
yeah. Because
I've
I know I don't hit it every time.
I've been talking about going to the gym for the longest. So if anybody's watching it and they probably my brother or my wife or my partners, they know I've been talking about going to the gym for the longest and I have yet to go. But since you just said that, bro, I'm gonna have to start going.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm low key going tomorrow. I'm gonna do it. Now that
yeah,
I said it, I gotta put my phone out. I'm what they be doing on the Instagram. I'm gonna tag you in my Instagram thing.
okay.
I'm
All
there.
right, all right.
Bet. So that kind of moves us into like the next segment I was on talking about. How do we stay consistent? Like what's some ways that we can wrap our minds around staying consistent? One is what we just kind of talked about, being accountable for each other. Find an accountability partner. Find somebody that wants to be on the same level as you, same mindset, same mind wave. Even I'm gonna call both of us out. We haven't been consistent on this podcast. Not as consistent as we could be, but what are we doing?
Yeah,
We're still doing it. Even though we missed maybe a day or two, no matter what it was, we came back on and still provide value because it's not going to let us stop us just because we were inconsistent maybe 1 or 2 days. That was the most important. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep dropping gems, keep providing value because that's what's the purpose? The purpose is not for me and him to get rich off this. It's not like I
yeah,
know jabs. It's not the purpose to get rich off this. If we want to get rich, we just keep doing real estate and just keep it to ourselves. The reason we want to do this is because we want to provide for our families, make sure like when our kids get older and stuff like that, they have something to look forward to, look up to
Mhm.
have some kind of guidance. And for anybody else that's needing struggles out there that want to understand what's the process, how you can come from the rags to riches and learn different mindsets and different things that they can do to get to that point. So it's more than what you guys can maybe just see right here. It's a bigger picture of it. So that's my purpose. That's why we keep hopping back on here and doing another episode and doing another episode, doing an episode, even though we may miss 1 or 2. So yeah, about that. So
I love it.
accountability is one way that we can do it. Another way is something that I am still struggling with too. I have somebody else do mine, so that's why I'm not struggling with it as much. But I have a KPI tracker, so whenever
Whoa,
yeah, I don't do mine. So but
wow,
I do have one.
KPIs, bro. What?
I do have, I do have one. So KPI stands for key. What does it stand for actually? Key something indicator.
Performance indicators.
Yeah, key performance indicator. So basically, what a KPI is basically is keeping an agenda of what you're doing for that specific task. Like if it's like cold calling, it's the main thing that I know people are usually use it for. If they have usually a certain list of people they want to call, they want to make sure they hit a certain amount of people. And you have like say, so let's for instance say I want to call 50 people a day. you'll go on and see how many you'll have that day where you'll go and do your calls, and you'll track how many calls you make that day. And based off that amount of calls that you have, you'll basically try to write a ratio off it. Like, say you only got to 30, so you made like 30 out of 50 calls, and you want to try to hit your KPIs, which is your key performance indicators, the number you want to hit, and just trying to go based off that. The reason, I mean, honestly, I think they're useful. I think they're great. I think they're useful. I think it's tedious. I think you have to have consistency to do it, discipline. Is it absolutely necessary? Debatable.
Okay.
Debatable. Like, part of me wants to say yes. Part of me wants to say yes. Like, if you actually need to run a business, you need to have some kind of KPIs for your acquisition, for your. You do need to have that, to be real. So yes, you do need it to
I
a
think
certain.
you need to track your KPI so
I
that
think
you
you
know
should.
what's working and what's not, who's working and who's not.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
the,
true.
the thing with KPIs is that if you're calling like maybe let's just say you're calling 300 people per week. These are follow-ups. I'm not talking about like just
Yeah,
cold calling. But if you're calling 300 people per week every week consistently for like maybe 3 months, and you've been consistently hitting, let's see, out of 300 people that you're calling, you're probably gonna convert maybe 5 people. Let's just say you're converting 5 people
yeah,
out of those 300. If you're consistently doing that, then you should know your KPI conversion. Divide 5 by 300 people. There goes your KPI percentage. So okay, we're at whatever percentage that is. We're at like a 80% KPI, or however the hell you integrators track the KPIs. I'm not gonna lie. I do not. I'm not the person in our company that tracks our KPIs. I'm like the face of the business, the visionary, the one that puts
yeah,
all this stuff together, creating opportunities for people. My partner, Ben, he tracks our KPIs. Hey, bro, we need to be making like 200 calls this week so that we can lock up 4 deals so that we can sell 2. Like he comes to me with those types of numbers because he tracks our KPIs and we know, okay, cool. Well, how many people do we need to put in place in order to make these 200 or 400 calls? And if we do get these 400 calls met, are we hitting our KPIs? Are we and if we don't hit our KPI, like what do we need to do? How do we need to shift our business, or what do we need to implement in order for us to continue to hit our KPIs? Okay, cool. So we need to make 400 calls. Out of those 400, we're expecting 10 contracts. And if we get 10 contracts, we're looking to sell probably 5 or 6 of those. Those are like real numbers, like real KPIs. You call in 200 people, you're getting about 10 people locked up on the contract. That's if you're a closer. Like closers, we know how to close. The more real estate to me is a numbers game. It's a numbers and it's a situation.
yeah,
The more motivated sellers you hit, the more contracts you're going to get signed. But you have to be able to track that stuff. You have to be able to we've called 400 people, and out of those 400, we got 10 under contract. All right, out of those 10 contracts, what lead sources are these? Are these pre-foreclosures? Are these probates? Are these just driving for dollars leads? What type of leads are these? These are the KPIs that my partner, this is what he tracks all the time, every time. And we only do one lead generation, which is we do the wholesaler outreach. So we'll look at their leads, talk to their leads, follow up with them, call them, lock them up. But the main thing that we do is we go to PropStream and just figure out what was the situation on this. Like, what is that? What was this motivation factor? And we'll see up pre-foreclosure, bankruptcy, no equity, low equity. Like, oh, so whenever we're tracking that stuff, what we're going to start implementing, what we're going to start doing is we're going to make posts like in every different group, and we're going to post, hey, we need, if you're looking to get your leads closed, we want you to send these lists in this order: pre-foreclosures, no equity, low equity. We don't want high equity because I haven't even closed a high equity lead yet. These people don't want to sell their houses; they just pay that shit off. So, but I'm just relating all of this stuff into real estate just because that's what kind of why everybody's here. But But I'm glad you touched on this KPI topic because I really don't even track mines. I have my partner, he does all of that stuff. He's like the integrator of the business, does all the paperwork and all that crap. That's not my thing. But I'm so glad that you touched on this KPI
Yeah,
topic. So
yeah,
you mentioned that in order to how to stay consistent, you said first thing is have an accountability partner. Is my finger there? We go. Can you see
there
that?
you go.
You said to have an accountability partner, and the second one is to track your KPIs.
Yeah,
Oh crap! Second, my
there
bad.
you go. All right.
Perfect.
And so I'm thinking of a third one. Another third one. Um, I feel like just simple as like writing it down. I feel like that's almost entitled with KPIs, but there's a power in writing something down. Like there's like you remember it differently. I don't know. I think it's some kind of statistic or whatever it is. When you write stuff down, you're able to remember it longer. Um, so I mean, you could write it down in a notebook. I don't have my notebook up here, but I have my notebook where like basically it's called a finisher journal. And what it does is it showcases things as far as like what's my goals for the week. I'll put my goals for the week, and it shows like how do I plan on getting these goals, like what's the steps, so how to write those down. And then it goes to day by day planning. So like you can schedule and time block your day. Like Monday, here's the game plan. This is what I'm gonna do for this week. Schedule it out on the notebook. Write notes about what happened, and I kind of use that. And I use that every single day. That's what's honestly been keeping me consistent because first it looks really cool and I like writing in it. Um, that honestly, it looks cool and I like writing in it, and it keeps me like it gives me like almost like a purpose to write in it because I want to make sure I stay diligent on the weekly goal, and also
Gotcha.
has like monthly goals too. So like, did you apply everything you did? So at the end of the week, you have to go back and see, okay, I check in 20% of this, I did that, and then keep going and marking. It's like almost like a checklist. I like it. Keeps me accountable. Keeps me, sticking to my consistency and doing all that kind of stuff. It's like a hand raise. Like I got a question. I like,
Yeah, I got a question.
okay, bet.
Does your goals change?
Oh, every day.
Okay,
I feel like it changes almost every day.
I thought I was
Um,
weird. Mine's
no,
changed.
like
Yeah,
one week I wanted to focus on my credit thing. The next week I wanted to focus on no equity list. And it honestly just goes by how the week's going. Like whatever those notes come into play, like I'll reflect on the notes and see where that vision came from, and then I try to smooth transition into like what I'm gonna do for next week, and then I'll just do a touch of it. But they change all the time. Like I can't even remember what my first goal was at the beginning of the year. Like it changed so many times. It's all around obviously the same, industry, same thing, but like my vision for it, it's just been, I wouldn't even say going on top of each other. It's been just going like, and then until it can just get like this. But that's one thing about consistency too. Like I think it's important to stick to one thing.
Ooh, okay.
I think it's really important to stick to one thing. I will say some people are talented enough to be able to multitask different businesses, different ideas, different roles, different jobs, all that kind of stuff, and still keep a straight, focused mind. Me, I can't. I'll be honest with myself. I have to stick to one thing and excel at that for at least like a year. Now, in the instance of me doing the business credit and the real estate, they're almost in conjunction where I can kind of both do them at the same time without having to
Yeah.
rely on one or the other. But with me also doing like another business, I can't do that because I got to be focused on being the best at my real estate, my business credit, and let that take off. And then once I can
Yep.
scale into that, I mean, I got time, bro. I think that's what a lot of people don't think. Like they don't have time to excel, and they want instant gratification. And it don't work like that. Like you gotta if you want to be the best, you gotta take the time to be the best, and it don't just come overnight. Um,
When you say
it
you have
takes
to
years.
take the time to be the best, what like I want to kind of do a deep dive into that. What exactly does that time like represent? Like what do you mean by that?
So it like you have to put in the work. Like these people you see on these ads and on social media. I don't want to talk about social media. Social media, I feel like we get that. Like that's I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say that's fake news, but like in a way, like that's stuff that you don't need to be trying to compare yourself to. But
Right.
on the other side of like talk about these gurus that are on these ads and selling you the next shiny object type of thing. You know, um, I just feel like, if you want to be that person that's getting those like sending out those ads, you want to get to their level, you have to go through what they do went through. Like they're not gonna tell you how many cold calls they started off by doing. Like they probably made hella cold calls all the time and got a lot of no's. They probably went through working for somebody. They probably went through texting. They probably went through the whole grind. They probably went through a year or maybe two without any income coming in. They probably went through all that, and now they're at that level because they stay consistent.
I
Like it all comes back to all
love
comes
it.
back to it. But I don't know. I mean, there's of course there's people that just became instant millionaires without hard work, but a lot of the people that has their millions and still has their millions, like they came from hard work and doing the job that like they're telling us to do, but they don't show you like all the grit that it took and how long it took. Like for instance, Pace has been doing this for 10 years, make it seem like he been doing this for people trying to do what he doing in year one,
Yep.
me included.
Yeah.
Like I had that mindset, like I'm like, oh, he's my mentor and he's teaching me on this game. Now that it took him forever to learn, now I can just implement it. Nah, bro, it don't work like that. You don't just skip the line like that. You still got to put in the work. You
Yeah.
still got to put in all the work he put in. And yes, his mentorship educated me faster. So now I'm more aware of where the steps I need to take so I can get there faster. But I still got to put
Gotta
in
go
that
do the
work.
work. Yep.
Still got to put in that work. He just gave me a direction. I
Yep.
still gotta make the moves myself. And I feel like that's for every mentor. I feel like a lot of times people buy the course and they feel like, oh, why am I not making money right now? That's the wrong mentality to have, man.
It is.
That's
It
wrong.
is.
Anticipate the investment in yourself as an investment in yourself. That's really it. Don't 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 think about when I'm gonna get my money back. Don't think about how. Don't do that because at that point you shouldn't have invested that money in the first place. To
Yeah.
be honest, think of it as like this is how I'm gonna upgrade my life to get to the point where I'm gonna take care of my purpose, whatever I planned on doing with it. The money being paid back, that's just gonna happen regardless.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's what I mean by being the best at what you do and taking it, going through the motions. You got to go through the motions and like I said, get 1% better every day. It's gonna take some years maybe, and it may take 4 or 5 years until end up getting to that point. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. And I agree with you, dude. I agree with you. First, let me go back. Let me start over real quick.
Hmm.
So we got our third reason, or we got sorry, not our third reason. We got our third way of staying consistent. First one you said was having an accountability partner, having someone
Hmm.
hold you accountable. The second one was track your KPIs, and the third one was basically write your goals down,
Yep.
write things down. So those are three ways that you can stay consistent. Have an accountability partner. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I need an accountability partner. Going to the
Hmm.
gym. I've been saying that to my brother for I don't know how long, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym next week. I sound like an old guy. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the gym next week, man. I need an accountability partner. And my brother, he's been every time I say that, he'll give me a look like, dang, bro. You know what I mean?
Stop
So
looking at me.
have accountability partner, track your KPIs. Have somebody on your team or on your
Hmm.
side that's going to be able to track your KPIs. You're going to need somebody that's going to know how many calls it's going to take you to close a deal, or how many door knocks you got to do, or how many doors you got to knock in order to get a contract signed. You're going to need to know how many text messages does it take in order for somebody to say, yes, I want to sell my house. Like you have
Facts.
to track your KPIs. That's very, very important. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you pointed that out, Damien. And then the third one was write things down. Write down your goals. That's something that I do all of the time. I write, and that's why I asked you, does your goals change? Because mine's change all the time, bro.
Hmm.
Like almost every different week. Like I might have I know you just talked about the instant gratification, but I might have like a goal. Oh, I want a Lamborghini, and then that Lamborghini changed from Lamborghini to I just want a Yukon for the family. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
my goals are changing almost every week, bro. But I love those three
To
ways to stay
UConn.
consistent. Do you have any other ways that we can stay consistent, or are those like the top three?
I definitely feel like those may be the top three. I can't even think of anything else really. Yeah, I would just start small with those things. Just start small. Don't try overwhelming yourself. And yeah, I think those would be the top things you can kind of focus on, um, to kind of keep track of yourself.
I love it. I freaking love it, bro.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's really it. Like, I think that's just like consistency is king. Like, it just really is. Like, if you can do that, you can literally do anything. I'm talking about basketball. If you want to be a hooper, I'm not saying you'll go to NBA, but if you want to be a good hooper, like practice every day. Like, you're gonna get better. Like, you're just like just your body just it just does that. We adapt as humans very easily when we are consistent with something.
Hmm.
And that's really anything. Like when people say you can do it, if I can do it, you can do it. Like that's for real. You
Yeah,
can. At least I think that way. Like if
yeah,
I see somebody else that does that, they only are able to do that because they did it so many times that like that it's just like second nature to them. So yeah, I think it's like people can change their perspective of how they look at things. And think of that 1% better method.
yeah,
Uh, I've been trying to battle with Spanish. You know why I don't know Spanish? Because I ain't consistent with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I learn like a few minutes one day, a few minutes. I may do it for like a week, and then I'm
You
Spanish
are.
what?
Yeah,
I'm like nah. And then that's what happens. Like if I learn Spanish every day for like 10 minutes a day, I can learn Spanish.
I love it, bro.
Yeah.
I love this topic a lot, dude. So pretty much, y'all, we just have to anything that we're trying to accomplish. If we're trying to lock up that one seller, if we're trying to figure out how can we become that closer, because a lot of people they come to me every single day. Hey, Jabs, how do I get my first deal? How do I become a closer? How do I close sellers? How do I lock up sellers? Those are like the three main things people ask me every
Mhm.
single day. And the honest answer is being consistent. That sounds so cliche, but being consistent, it's going to get you to that level. It's going to get you. It's going to take you to a place where you're just unstoppable at this point. Literally every single day. I'll tell y'all what how I became the closer, and I can confidently say that I'm a closer now. I can close anybody in any
Mhm.
situation. That's a private lender. That's a seller. That's a buyer. That's a wholesaler. I have to close wholesalers a lot of times so that they can trust me to close their deals. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
or help them move their deals. So what I literally all I did, and I still do to this day, I just study. I study the craft. I study the art. The
Mhm.
art of what? The art of sales. That's literally what I study. Do you want to know what exactly I study? The Sandler submarine. Sandler submarine and pace. Those are the two main things that I study every single day. And when I say study, I'm not talking about like 10 to 30 minutes. I'm talking about like 3 to 4 hours a
Yeah.
day. Even while I'm working, I'm studying. So what I do is literally when I'm waking up, yeah, yeah, you know my routine now, getting my rest and all of that stuff. I'm listening to Pace. I'm listening to his calls. I still to this day listen to Pace's calls, bro. Even the most simplest
Facts.
calls. Every time
Facts.
I listen to it, it's something new that I pick up on. Like, oh crap, maybe I need to use this in
Mhm.
my next call. Maybe I can train one of my teammates or my team members this portion of the call. So whenever I'm getting ready or if I'm driving, I drive almost every day 45 minutes to Ben's house out in Dallas. That is like my favorite time. Like even though it's a far drive, I love it because I'm learning during that time.
Yeah.
I'm studying. So all I do is I just study. I study sales, the Sandler submarine. I try to figure out what exactly, like what is it like? What's the end goal, and what is their reason and what is their why of every component of the submarine? Like, why are y'all doing this? What's the point? Like, how do you? What is y'all's reason? What's the goal? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So now that I'm figuring all of that stuff out, it helps me enhance my skill set that now I have a skill that nobody, not even Pace, can outclose me. Now, that's
I
a
was like,
pretty
all right.
bold statement. I know, I
But
know.
no, the thing is, what it does is that consistency builds your confidence.
Yes,
So you feel that way.
100%.
So whether it be true or not, it don't matter. because like I got the confidence that I'm gonna do that anyways. Like
Yeah,
and that's what consistency does. So like you can talk your stuff. Like I don't.
and I
Hey,
am. Pace
yeah.
already knows. Pace already knows. No, I'm
And
kidding.
yeah, and the thing is, the book that he's referring to is a great book. How to teach a kid how to write, or how to teach a kid to ride a bike at a seminar, or can't
Yep.
teach a kid to write a book at a seminar. It's a great book. I've read it twice.
Mhm.
It's amazing. And we talking about the Sandler submarine. It's the perfect way. Like you can sell anything. You can sell ice to an Eskimo. Like for real, like it's a great mindset perspective on how to understand sales and understand like us as humans and how we kind of are programmed to think.
Yep.
And so yeah, no, that's a great book, and I love like you're constantly looking over that.
Every day, bro. Like every single day. Just like you said, I want to be 1% better. But
Hmm.
I can say out of anything that I'm consistent in is studying
Yeah.
every single day. So now what I am gonna start being consistent in is going to the gym. I like
Well,
I
thing is, y'all can quote me on this. I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna add jabs.
tomorrow is what
Um,
Wednesday?
it's, it's the 14th. The
Wednesday
14th.
the 14th.
I'm
June
gonna do it,
14th.
bro. It's only gonna take me 3 months. 3 months, I'll be
Yeah,
back in. I'll be back like I used to be. That's all
yeah.
it's gonna take me. And now I said it, so I have to do it. Because I don't. I do
You're
it
live,
continuously.
bro.
I literally I'm live, so I have to do it. So I appreciate you for getting me on my show.
100%, bro. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. So and hey, I'm gonna make him a commitment to do it. Now I actually really got to go to sleep early for real now.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think is anything else you want to talk about on consistency? I think I say that weird. It's like a weird word to say. Consistency.
Yeah, you saying it right. Consistent. It's just the consistency. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
consistency.
It just sound like when you slow it down, it just sound like you're saying it wrong, but
Consistency. Dude, you're funny. No, I think we're good for tonight. I think you covered
okay.
a lot of different topics, bro, and this was definitely much needed. I agree with Daniela. This was much needed tonight
Yeah.
because some people need that refresher. I know I do sometimes. I know I have to be consistent, and having an accountability partner will definitely help, bro. Especially like on your non-motivated days, like I don't feel like making calls today. You know what? Yeah, nah. Bro, that is the time where you have to make your
That's
calls, dude.
literally what I said. Like that's
You
when like you
have
actually get what you need to get is when you say I'm gonna do it
to.
anyways. Like if you say I'm gonna do it anyways, just know you won that day.
Yep, you did.
Regardless if you hit what you're supposed to hit, as long as you say I'm gonna do it anyways. Like I went to sleep late, but I'm gonna try it anyways to wake up early. I did it anyways. You
Yeah,
won that day.
I did that this morning, bro. I went to sleep at like 12 in the morning. That's like I cannot do that stuff, bro. Because I'm getting older. I'm almost 30. So that stuff, going to sleep late and going up late.
I'm almost 30.
Yeah, bro. Next year I'm
Yeah,
30.
you gonna get people mad on here, bro. Yeah, get people heated.
Oh my
About I'm
god.
almost 30.
Oh man. Because they say like in your 30s, that's when your body start kind of shutting down, like slowing down a little bit.
Hey,
Yeah.
I hit that a few years ago. So
Yeah.
my ankle tweaking. Hey, that was in my 26, 25 years.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a old body and an old spirit. So
Yeah.
my body started deteriorating a long time ago. But yeah.
Oh my
But
goodness.
yeah,
No
man.
offense to anybody that's 30. I'm about to be 30
Yeah,
next.
yeah, I'm sure y'all thriving. Like look at LeBron.
Just saying.
38, 39,
Yeah.
something like that. He
Yeah.
balling.
Yep.
Make sure you guys, oh, y'all see the banner at the bottom. Y'all see it. Facebook doing DFW deals. Make sure you guys are going to that every first Saturday, first Saturday every month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I missed the last one. I won't miss it again. I won't miss it again. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about anything else.
You were moving. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, I was moving. I was moving. So I had no excuse. But first Saturday every month, doing deals in DFW. Make sure you guys join the Facebook group. They're doing meetups. But it's not even a meetup. It's like it's meetup involved, but what they're really doing is working. Like they're if you actually want to see like firsthand how to do real estate, and to like talk to people, talk to sellers, talk to agents, talk to get deals done live in person every single month in front of you, and be a part of it. Like
Mhm.
go to this meetup. They change it every month. This upcoming month is going to be at. Do you know?
It is going to be at Community National Title in Fort Worth.
Make sure you guys are there if you have time at 11 a.m. still.
Yep, 11 a.m.
11 a.m. If you guys can come out and support or just try to gain knowledge, it's free. And you get coffee and food. And I think they bring some kind of breakfast.
Yep.
And like if you want free knowledge and learn how to get into real estate for free, make sure y'all be there. Otherwise, y'all just tripping. Y'all just playing. Y'all just saying y'all want to get into real estate and not really doing it. So be consistent, be intentional, find a purpose of why you want to do it. Go to these meetups. Like I said, it's not really a meetup. It's actually like a, I don't know what to call it. Like what's the
Action taking event.
action taking event? Perfect. It's an action taking event. If you actually want to get a deal done or learn how to work a deal or its workflow, or find a buyer, find a seller, find a private money lender, they're all there. Everything you need is inside that meetup or that action taking event. So make sure you go there every Saturday, first Saturday every single month. All right. Cool, man. I think that's it.
That's it, bro. Really
Cool.
good topic tonight, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna see you guys in 2 days. We're gonna have another fire topic. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but keep your eyes peeled. We're gonna have some out there for y'all.
All right, man.
All right, man.
See you
Peace.
Thursday.